Taiwan just watched America put its future on the negotiating table, and it wasn't even invited to the conversation. Here's what happened. When Trump flew to Beijing in May, one of the first things that Xi Jinping told him was that Taiwan was the single most important issue between their two countries, and that mishandling it could lead to clashes and even conflicts. On Trump's flight home on Air Force One, he was asked by reporters about a pending arms deal with Taiwan worth billions of dollars, including fighter jets, missiles, and air defense systems, and whether he discussed it with Xi.
No, we discussed arms sales too.
And what's his request?
We discussed the Taiwan, the whole thing with the arms sales was in great detail, actually. And I'll be making decisions.
What was his request?
But, I think the last thing we need right now is a war. That's 9,500 miles away. I think that's the last thing we need. We're doing very well.
Would the US defend Taiwan if it came to it?
I don't want to say. I'm not going to say that. There's only one person that knows that. You know who it is? Me. I'm the only person. That question was asked to me today by President Xi. I said, I don't talk about those.
Days later, the US officially paused the sale. The acting Navy secretary told a Senate hearing the pause was about conserving munitions for the war in Iran, not China. But a source cited by Reuters said the sale could take years and is unrelated to Iran. Taiwan's own government said they hadn't even been notified it was happening. They found out the same way everyone else did. Now here's why this is significant. Since 1982, America has operated under what are called the 6 assurances to Taiwan. One of those assurances is a direct pledge. The United States will not consult Beijing on arms sales to Taipei. That guarantee held through 8 US presidents. Whether Trump's conversation with Xi crossed that line is very much up for debate, but it's unlikely his words that followed provided Taiwan any comfort. 5 days after the Beijing summit, Taiwan's President Lai Ching-te marked 2 years in office. He called the arms sales essential for peace and said that if given the chance, he would tell Trump he hopes they continue. He didn't mention Trump or Xi by name in his address, but he didn't need to. He said, Taiwan's future cannot be decided by external forces, nor can it be held hostage by fear, division, or short-term interests. The president of Taiwan had to publicly hope for a phone call. That tells you everything about where things stand right now. China with rhetorical concessions and a paused arms deal, Trump saying he made no commitment either way. And as for Taiwan itself, it wasn't invited to the conversation at the start, and it still isn't.